Oh, there we go. Fish on. Alrighty. We're eating good tonight. Well, good afternoon, everybody. This has been one rainy Sunday. You know, the weekend kind of got really off track with problems we had at work. I had to spend pretty much all day yesterday in Daytona and Friday night in Daytona. It's been a busy weekend. And then today, I slept in, unfortunately, and then as soon as I woke up, it started pouring, and it's been pouring for like the last 3 hours. It finally stopped just after 3 o'clock, and I checked the radar, and it looked like it's pretty clear over Simmons Park, so I decided I'm just going to grab some frozen shrimp out of the freezer and head to Simmons Park and see if I can get anything this afternoon. So, back at our old stomping grounds. I have not been to Simmons Park since probably late March, I think, was the last time I went. So it's been, April, May, 4 months almost, nearly. I'm really hoping they finally made progress on getting some of the fishing piers repaired and reopened. I know back then there was only one that was open, plus the campsite that's also open, but the park rangers at the time told me, oh, it's on the budget, 2023, they're getting fixed. So we'll see. Now that we're 7.5 months in, we'll see if they actually made any progress. Alright, made it inside the park. My year pass is going to expire in about a month. I have not decided if I'm going to renew that yet or not. Like I said, now that I live in South Tampa, it's a little far of a drive to get here to fish, so I'm not sure if it's worth it, but we'll see. So first, we'll go to the good old middle dock, as I call it, see if it's still there. That'll be the first evidence to find out whether these fishing piers have been fixed. Well, someone's parked over here, so probably fishing on it. Yes, they are fishing on it, so that dock is still operational, which is nice. It's not nice, unfortunately, because it means I'm not going to fish there. Ironically, it poured, like I said, all afternoon for like a solid 3 hours at the condo in South Tampa. It doesn't look like it rained here at all day. So I probably should have just fought running to the car in the rain and came here, because I could have been fishing all this afternoon with no rain. Good old Pavilion 7 still there, and no one's there. The tide looks really high. I didn't even bother checking that before I came out. I told myself it didn't matter the conditions, I was going to try to fish today. And it looks like it's still closed. Yep. Nearly a year later, and well past when they said budgeting would take care of the fishing piers, it is still closed. Thank you, Hillsborough County, and your awesome budgeting and upkeep of our parks. And the board is still up, covering the entrance to that dock as well. So much for the we'll fix it in 2023 plan that the park office told me. I think everyone out there that's local here to Hillsborough County should write to the Parks and Rec department complaining at how terrible they're doing at taking care of these places. There is even one more dock that used to exist on the other side of the park. It got taken out by a hurricane, probably 2015, and it's still just a pile of rubble and a few pylons sticking out of the water. So I got no hope of them ever fixing this stuff. So let's see. Only dock in service has somebody on it, so we will go. I think, around to the kayak launch side of the park and see if I can just find somewhere on the bank to set up. Oh, alrighty. Well, talk about back at our old stomping grounds. Definitely one of the holes I've fished plenty of times and pulled out God knows how many catfish. But seems like the best place to set up today. Looks like we got a outgoing tide that's moving pretty good based on the leaves on top of the water. Alright, well, I ended up rigging up a real simple setup here. Just a hook and a split shot. So we're just gonna throw a frozen shrimp on here and toss it out and see what we can get, I guess. My trusty bait holder solution here, a fake Yeti cup with ice in it and a bag of frozen shrimp. It almost works too well. The shrimp are still frozen. But I'll leave that out of there a few seconds. It'll be melted. Even frozen, the shrimp still smell disgusting. All right. Oh yeah, that current's definitely moving. I feel like something's got it, but I don't know. Oh yeah, something's got it, a giant rock. A big oyster shell that's also got somebody else's line, which is why it's fighting to get reeled in. It's being held by somebody else's rope also. A rock entangled in somebody else's line. That's hilarious. And I just threw the shrimp right off the hook. Typical. shell. Might be moving locations here. So far, I'm not catching anything but snags. The only problem I have with the circle hooks is you cannot thread a shrimp on them very well because of that bend at the end of the hook. That also enables it to snag basically any fish that tries to bite it, but it does make putting bait on it a challenge. Might try the other side of the road too. In the past, when the current down this channel is too strong, I usually go over there because it's a little more relaxed. So I also will talk quickly. I had a plan for the next week or so. I got something really big coming up, like a week and a half, and I need to lose like 7 more pounds within the next 10 days or so, or 8 days or so. My plan was to do a combination of fasting and eating only lean protein, fish that I catch essentially. So my plan kind of for today was I wasn't eating today unless I caught something to eat. So if I get a fish, hopefully I'll have dinner tonight. If not, I'll be fasting again till tomorrow when I can try to go fishing again. I do have some fish in the freezer that I can thaw out and cook, so I'm not completely devoid of having fish to eat if that's what I want to make my diet of. But my plan was for fresh fish. And beyond that, what I wanted to do was to come out here, catch something, and then go to one of the pavilions with a grill and cook it right here for an authentic catch and cook on site. But if I don't catch anything, can't make that happen, can I? Oh, here comes a raccoon. It's crawling in the bushes right over here to the right. There's one, keeps sticking his head out over there. And there's the other. Trying to find it zoomed in, there he is. Right? That's its ear sticking up. Come on. A fishing video is going to turn into a raccoon documentary. As soon as I move my arm, he turned around again. Oh, and while I was sitting there, something took the shrimp, even though it never felt it. Alright, well that's my cue to find somewhere else to go. I was waiting to lose that shrimp before I bothered to pull it in, so that works. Alright. 45 minutes or so filming here, so we'll go find another spot down the way there. Alright, well I went across the street, down the road a little bit to what also used to be a really good productive spot for me. You know, from the car earlier I thought the tide was really high, but apparently the tide's actually really low. Which is good, because that makes for a spot down here to put a chair. And it's funny, as soon as I left, I went down to the cul-de-sac and came back around, and as I'm coming back, you could see the raccoon finally ventured out to where I was sitting, looking for maybe scraps that I dropped or anything. So we'll just sideways hook that shrimp through that circle hook, and we'll see. It'd be nice if something big grabs it. You'll see now, here, the tide will still be going out, but the current won't be nearly as strong since it's not channeled the way it is over there, right out to the bay. Here it's got to go through half the park before it gets to the bay. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. I want to catch something so I actually have something to eat tonight. Well, at least it's relaxing. Even if we don't catch anything. It's not too hot. Got the thunder to keep me company. Probably didn't hear that, but my stomach just growled. So, definitely, I hope I catch this fish. Is that a leaf or a starfish? It is a starfish. It's upside down though, so it's probably dead. But I have not seen one of those in a long time. Yeah, there we go. Definitely not alive, it looks like. Oh, crap. That was a terrible cast right into the mango. Up there. It's a miracle that came loose. Definitely lost the shrimp, but that's okay. Yeah, that was a horrible cast. When it sprang back, it actually tied itself in a knot. I think something's trying to get on it, but it didn't seem like anything very big. Oh, there we go. Come on. One of the shrimp's gone. Felt a decent tug. No, shrimp's still there, but the definitely took a bite. That's the first sign of anything biting I've had today. It was probably a catfish, but I will definitely keep my hopes up for something better. redfish, snook. I would love a sheephead. I would really love a mangrove snapper. I have not caught one of those in probably 2 years. Trying, but it's not taking the hook. Might not be a catfish. They're usually a little more aggressive than that. Might be a little sheephead. Just hitting the shrimp, you know. They're small enough to just bite little chunks off the shrimp and not actually grab the hook. They are famous bait stealers, that's for damn sure. Yeah, that shrimp is gone. Nothing but a tail left. Yeah, so it's probably a little sheephead. Just taking off little chunks of that shrimp and not actually taking the hook. Almost 6 o'clock. I'm gonna be thinking about going, heading home about sometime after 6. I have to go pick up my dog from my buddy's house. It's like an hour and a half away out in Citrus County. Oh, there we go. Fish on. No, don't go in the mangroves. No, don't go in the mangroves. Come on this way. This way. Just wait. No, out of it. Oh. Fighting. Come on. Oh, look at that, a redfish! Heck yeah! Nice! Look at this guy! Woohoo! Alrighty! We're eating good tonight! Yes! That is a good size damn redfish. Alright. I gotta get pliers. Well, the line ended up snapping with the hook inside of him. I need to get some water for him. I should have done that first, huh? He is definitely of keeper size. That is awesome. Almost tripped and fell and killed myself. Well, I think that does it for today. Like I said, I have to retie a new hook on there, and it's 6 o'clock already, and I caught a fish. 6:01. So yeah, we're perfect. What a great day this was. And thanks so much for being here with me. Not going to bother keeping the rest of these shrimp because they are thawed out and very old and disgusting. So they're going to just go in the water. That was just ice. And there's our fish. Unfortunately, I did not bring any form of refrigeration with me this afternoon because I really didn't think I'd actually catch anything. But of course, course, I was hopeful. Anyway, that being said, my only recourse is to put them in water, and hopefully it's still viable by the time I get home. I gotta decide now if I'm gonna go straight home and at least put the fish in the refrigerator before going to get my dog. Okay. Whew. It is hot. Anyway, thanks so much, like I said, for joining me on this. I may continue this video after I get home if I end up cooking this thing tonight, and then it'll be a catch and cook. If not, it'll just be a catch, and I'll deal with the cooking part later. But anyway, this makes me for a great end here to the day. And again, thanks everybody for subscribing. I've got 82 subscribers now. I had 80 the other day, and I made a little video, and now I got 82. So keep that going. Keep smashing that like button for me. Hit the notification bell if you want, and then join me in the next one, guys.